All right. I'm removing the original wire harness out of the Z. Got it there, coming across, going down there, going across the firewall and everything. I'm going to get this completely taken out. I'm going to redo it, build a new loom. That stuff on the back firewall, that's all going to get deleted. While I'm doing all of this, I'm going to go ahead and remove, I still got the clutch pedal in the car and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the brake booster and clean the rest of it, remove the brake lines and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and degrease and paint the inside. But all this wiring is not necessary for the LS motor. So the wiring loom the new wiring loom, as I get it done, will be consisting of headlights, turn signals, running lights, that's all, and horns. That's all I need. The LS motor will take care of the rest. Inside the cab, I've already removed the fuse box, but here's a wiring headache inside here. I have no idea where all these wires go, but 90% of them aren't needed for this. So this is all going to be taken out. This harness here, gone. There is a harness coming back here that connects for running lights and everything like that. I'm going to keep that. That's what this connected to. Brake lights and stuff. And we're going to go through, we're going to build a new fuse box for this. Get this cleaned up. Inside the glove box, you can see that they had connectors and everything here. Not sure what they go to yet. I'm going to look up in my Z book and see exactly what all this goes to. It's just a lot of connectors and don't need them. Clean all this up, take those out, and take all this out and build a new loom and go on from there. Keep you updated. Okay, it turns out that out of this loom, the only ones that go through the firewall are these two connectors here, which are located there. So that frees up the loom, which I can pull out. This loom here is going back to the back of the motor and everything. You may not need to even touch it. Just get rid of what's going on in the front and leave this in place and hook the connectors back up to it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I think I've got everything disconnected from the original factory wiring loom. And there it comes. Gonna have to figure out what that vacuum line went to. No clue. I've got an old manual oil gauge that I'd put in the car because the original one wasn't working correctly. So that'll get deleted. Just cut that off and get it out of here. But this is the factory wiring loom. Still have components attached to it. And again, out of this wiring loom, the only thing I really need, headlights, taillights, well, I will need a starter, a wire coming to enable me to start it. Headlights, turn signals, running lights. That cleans up this so much. This here was an add-on I did to bypass the switch, because high beam, low beam switch on Z's are notorious for all the current goes through the switch and they burn out. So I bought a kit that had dual relays, turn them from low beam to high beam. I will have to incorporate this into the new wiring harness and incorporate those relays somewhere else so that my high beams and low beams will work correctly. Gonna get a new nameplate there. Delete the light. Well, buy new light. I want to keep the light. The light's a cool feature. All of this is going to be cleaned up. Go through the battery tray. Come through here. Clean everything up here. Again, going to remove the brakes, power booster, and the clutch assembly and everything. Don't need a clutch. It's an automatic. And then go through here. Clean everything up. I'm not one of these people that, well, you know, I got to grind off all this and fill in all the holes and everything else. That's BS. Just clean it all up, leave them there as remnants of what it used to be. And get this painted up. And it should be pretty. I do have to do a little bit of body work right here where my brother was in an accident driving the car. He said he was doing 70 miles an hour, but put down 110 feet of rubber when he T-boned somebody, and the cop says, I don't think you were doing 70. Anyways, not much damage there. I can bend that out. But yeah, we're not going to let my brother drive the car anymore. And I'll get back to you. Watching on YouTube, this is my 530Z project. And what I'm doing today is I am cleaning up the engine bay. I thought I was recording earlier, but it was didn't have the assistance of my son. So where the camera was recording, and where I was doing work wasn't, and you couldn't see me. So I apologize for that. Pan down here so you can see what's going on. Like I said, I'm cleaning up the engine bay. So we have all these little brackets here that were designed to hold the original wiring harness, which I did not record when I took it all out, but I mean, it's just wires running along here and along the back. So what I am doing is, all of these are spot welded in. So what I have to do is drill out the spot welds, and they're pretty easy to find. They've usually got little dimples on them. So just start. Usually fits right in. And if we're going the correct direction, it works even better. This one's a little tough. Then we have to give it some love. Then I'm taking a hammer . Where is my screwdriver?
So a hammer and a screwdriver?
Hammer and screwdriver. Did I drop it again?
Do you want me to pause?
Pause. Where's my, oh, there's my screw. Found it. Okay.
Oh, it didn't pause.
It didn't pause? Okay.
It didn't pause.
Anyways, it was just sitting right there. And then just following along the original line, try to break it loose. This one needs a little more. Trying not to go all the way through the body. It's just going to be more body filler I'm going to have to put in. But this one's being stubborn.
And you may see a little puppy running around.
And when that doesn't work, then we have the grinder.
Oh, that's heavy duty. Sorry for the loud noises.
And with the grinder, grind it down.
It's got a nice smell.
Maybe a little more, just grind it off. The reason for this is I'm going to put different clamps when we put our new wiring harness in here. The old wiring harness for the Z, of course, included all of the items that we don't need, such as voltage regulators, the air conditioning controller, distributor, and stuff like that. So I will be rebuilding a brand new wiring harness for this. Should consist of only the wires necessary to run the headlights, the turn signals, the running lights, and the whole, which is not going to be very large at all. So I will then put normal clamps on here, or hide it maybe underneath so it's nice and hidden and everything. So it makes the engine compartment look really clean. So it's just a matter of cleaning this up. The rest of this will all get filled in with putty, and have a friend of mine going to come over and try to make it look pretty. Should be videotaping that and everything. Then we'll prime the entire inside of the engine compartment, put factory white paint back down on it, and the engine compartment should be ready then for us to install the new motor and transmission. So that's what I'm doing, and it's just going to take some time. And a lot more grinding. Looks like this one's ready to give up the ghost, but maybe not. Stuck in a little tab on it, as you can see.
You should be able to tap that off.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, there we go. Woohoo!
Done that.
All right,
Now grind it flat.
no grinding.
As you can see, there's a hole in there where it was drilling through. And of course, it'll have to be filled along with all of these over here and cleaned up. I'm not looking for a vehicle I'll put in a car show, but I do want it to look clean, so we're going to clean up and fill in as many of these little holes as we can. So when it gets repainted in here, it'll look nice. But again, this is a vehicle I'm going to be driving all the time. It's not something I'm going to be racing. It's not something I'm going to be putting in all of these special events. I'm not spending $100,000 on this car in order to win a show or anything. I'm just trying to clean things up. Let me get a few of these more removed, and I'll get right back to you. Thank you. How is that? All right, done a few. I'm finding it's easier just to sit there and grind them off. I mean, I just ground off 2 of them here in just a minute, and so it's just a matter of getting a lot of sparks and just grinding them off. that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to worry about any holes
Mm-mm.
from drilling it out. So maybe that's going to be an easier and quicker way of getting these spot welds off and getting all these mounts done.
Mm-hmm.
I will be replacing all the brake lines in here. Putting new brake lines in the engine compartment. And this is the original fuel line here, which I still have to debate whether or not I'm going to replace it and put a new one in, or if I'm going to keep it. If I'm going to keep it, all I have to do is bend it up along the firewall here and put an end on it in order to accommodate the new motor. If I replace it, of course, then I got to go buy a new fuel line. And so that's something still I'm debating. So I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning this up. I'll shoot a few more videos showing where I am progress-wise. We'll get this all cleaned up. Then we'll get it degreased, get some primer on it, and get it ready for the next phase. Have to get this done before I can put the new motor in, because it's hard to paint around the motor that's in the car. So see you in a few minutes. All right, doing an update. Number one son, David, was complaining I didn't have my safety glasses on, which I do need. Even though I was wearing glasses, I do need safety glasses. So I'm going to continue this project with my safety glasses on. Again, I'm finding it much easier just to grind off versus drill out spot welds and then have to come back in with putty and stuff. So I'm going to continue down this road, and we will get back to you with me wearing my safety glasses, David.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
With all the sparks and everything near your eyes.
We will be continuing on.
All right, cool.
See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Okay, an update. Pretty much have most everything taken off on this side. Still got a few little high spots I need to hit with the grinder. Everything along the frame rail took a lot of grinding and everything. Got to do some touch up on it. Along the firewall here, pretty much everything off. Got to do some more work on that side over there. But for anyone that's going to be doing a project like this, all I'm using standard Ryobi tools, Ryobi grinder, and I'm using the 4-amp batteries. And doing all of the grinding and everything I've done, I've used one battery. Second battery is still at 3 bars. So these little batteries really hold up, and this grinder consumes a lot of power. Going to be using this when I go into the transmission tunnel and grind out the old transmission mounts for the old Z motor. And yeah, 2 4-amp batteries is going to be more than sufficient to do that. They're not expensive tools. Ryobi's pretty darn cheap. You can get them at Home Depot and everything. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm just letting you know what I'm using. Cheap tools. And so, as you can see, making a lot of progress. When I get my buddy over here to start putting everything in and getting this thing pretty, I'll do some more videos and stuff. But right now, I think I've got like 1, 2, 3 more tabs that I see that I need to take off. I might take off that one over there. This one here, Dave.
Let me zoom in.
Take that one off. That's the old one for steering.
Okay.
I mean for throttle.
For throttle. Okay.
I have to take that one off.
All right.
I'm going to keep these over here for the braking system.
Okay.
If I run new brake lines and everything, I'm going to need something to tab those down with. I'm going to keep those. But I got to remove this one and this one. Probably remove these 2. And
Oh yeah, I
did
see
you get
them.
that on camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Get those taken off. I'm going to keep these down here for the original fuel line, original brake line. Get this cleaned up, get it primered. I've got one over here. I've got to take care of. Oh my God. Why in the hell would they put one over there? There's two.
Where?
One here and one up here.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, get those taken off. I want it to look nice under the hood. Once I get factory paint on it, just make it look really pretty. So anyways, we'll get back to you as we finish this process. We got the motor mounts in, as you can see. Question is should I take them out to have it painted?
That is the question.
That is a good question. And the answer is probably
Probably. No? Really?
no, we'll just mask them off.
All
We'll
right.
just tape them off and have him paint around it. Because
'Cause I
we've
was-
got cross member and everything else in here, so that's not an issue. Got to remove this, and there's one over here I need to remove cover-wise. That's ducting for getting air into where the brakes were or whatever. I got to look up on the internet, see if those are even necessary, if I can completely delete them. If I delete them, I've seen pictures where people are taking and putting, turbocharger inlets and everything through there. This is not going to be a turbocharged motor, so I don't really care about that. But aesthetically wise, should I just delete them? Leave a comment, please. Let me know. Should I just delete this one and that one? I don't see that they really do anything. And we'll continue on with this project. I'm hoping everybody's enjoying the videos and learning as I'm learning, going through this, and we'll continue through this process. Talk to you in a little while.